And I guess this is working because I think I can hear it.
Yes.
So hi everyone, thank you all for being here. I want to begin this event by acknowledging the land on which we are gathering today, which, though unceded, belongs to the Seneca Nation of the Haudenosaunee Six Nations Confederacy. And in this acknowledgement, to bring attention to the ongoing forms of colonial violence in which I am implicated. I'm going to begin this gathering on a heavy note, and I'm going to offer a content warning to anyone who may need it. For the presentations today will address diverse forms of violence, or at least mine will, to varying degrees. With this in mind, I ask that as part of the acknowledgement of history, of those stories that have been buried from our collective knowledge due to colonial violence, we take a moment to honor the life of high school sophomore Nex Benedict, a non-binary Indigenous student whose life on February 7th of this year of 2024 was taken as a result of cruelty and hateful violence. Nex was a high school sophomore. They cared about LGBTQ two-spirit liberation and were a citizen of the Cherokee Nation. We honor Nex today in our gathering and in our hearts with this moment of silence. The media representation surrounding Nex's death alone speaks to the violence that they faced during their short but beautiful and courageous life. Articles detailing the events of their death and their life archive this moment in time and the storm in which Nex and others today find ourselves, just by being ourselves and asking those around us, will you accept me as I am, on my own terms? Will you recognize and honor my sovereignty, my shaping of myself within this world? Will you respect my body and my being? Will you cease your violence and your control? Will you cease your practices of alienation? Will you protect me from harm instead of subjecting me to it? Will you stand with me? Will you make my memory part of your work, your struggle for liberation? In the archive now forming surrounding Nex's death, both continuing violence and a continuing struggle for liberation are contrastingly legible. A child's existence and validity contested and subjected to cruelty, beaten into the grave but still struggling for liberation, is visible in that archive, in the living archive of this gathering, in which we speak to our connections with archives, the relationships between our bodies, work, history, and justice. Our event today consists of two parts, but it will all concern the importance of the archive to social justice work. Our program will begin with work from three scholars who come to archival studies from both similar and different fields and frameworks. This will be followed by our student showcase, which I will have the pleasure of introducing in a little bit. I want to thank Hope and Jeff for helping to make this possible, as well as University Archives here at UB for graciously co-hosting this event and offering us space. I hope that you will take advantage of the unique experience of being in a space of special collections by wandering around and learning more about it at the end of our event. Finally, I would like to thank the Department of Global Gender and Sexuality Studies here at UB for all of its support for events like these and for the unique place it holds in the Academy for interdisciplinary collaboration and public-facing social justice engagement. I am generally a believer in having us introduce ourselves, so I would like to invite Hope Dunbar to introduce herself into the archives. Thank you.